competency-based training, I suppose. Um,
Yeah, you can talk about that. Anything
um,
else?
um,
So remember, think personal, specific, honest.
so yeah, so I can talk about how I've used it, I suppose.
Good. Yeah.
As you said, yes.
Got there.
um,
Got there eventually.
eventually. um, so yeah, so how I've used it and how I suppose how I view it, which is what I was trying to sort of say. Um,
So if you talk about how you've used it, from there, what could you talk about that might make you look good?
so I suppose I could talk about how I've asked for assessments, and so people have assessed me, and how I have assessed other people. I
Hmm.
suppose that's
That would look good, wouldn't
broadly.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
And when you've talked about your assessments, what else could you mention as an aside? Have you scored badly or well?
Uh, yeah. Well, as in, oh right, yeah. So that yeah, I suppose I could talk about sort of like MSF, for example, and whether that it's a good way to get feedback. And for myself, I've had reasonably good feedback. Would you sort of put that in, or would you
I would.
just
I'll
a
tell
bit?
you, it's been really, it's really nice that when I often get good feedback on myself, which makes me realise that the sorts of things that I do with people are the right things, and that I do get on well with people. And although I believe I do get on with people, it's quite nice when other people validate that. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Yeah.
also, have you ever learned from any of this stuff? Has anything come up that you think, oh, that's a good point, and you've reflected and acted upon it?
Yes. I mean, from some of the MSF actually, some of the comments that I received were that I'm always around, and I'm always happy to speak to people of any grade, and I think that sort of just being around on a ward, for example, uh, I think that made me realize actually people value that quite a lot.
So, when you say that, do you think that bit is more interesting than your views about the portfolio generally? What
Yeah,
do you think?
yeah,
It's
it is
far more
definitely, isn't it?
interesting, isn't
Yeah,
it? Really, because
yeah,
you could just be telling me stuff you've read out of a book.
yeah,
With
yeah,
that first stuff, it's a bit dry.
yeah,
Now I feel like I get you a bit more. I feel like I understand you a bit more when you start to make your
yeah,
stuff. And
yeah.
that personal, specific, and honest stuff, it always sounds better that way. Well,
Right, yeah,
nearly always sounds better that way. Okay, so if you
yeah,
have a choice whether to go personal or general, personal or not general, yeah, personal or third person, always go
yeah,
first person. Okay, if you
yeah.
want to get specific or general, go specific.
Right,
If
yeah.
you say honest
So
or rubbish, go for honest stuff.
yeah,
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 it always sounds better.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,